All right, and we are live. Hi everyone, happy Friday. Hope you guys have had a fabulous day so far. We're gonna be doing our third and final two-a-day of the week, making some chicken paprika or paprikash, whichever one you like to call it, Hungarian dish. And we're going to be making some mashed potatoes and green beans. I'm excited, this is gonna be a yummy meal. A little cozy. I haven't made chicken paprika in such a long time, actually. I'm really excited. We learned this recipe from one of our moderators from their families, and I made it a couple times back then when we first learned it, but I haven't made it in a really long time. We've done chicken paprika over rice, chicken paprika over egg noodles, and we've done chicken paprika pierogies before, and all have turned out so freaking good. But we're gonna do it today over some mashed potatoes with some green beans, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. I will make sure, as always, to put all the details for the recipes that I can share in the description, as well as to put some pictures on the thumbnail and to put some pictures in our community Discord server. Why is the bot asleep? Let's figure that out. The bot doesn't want to share. Let's log in and reset the bot. But I hope everybody has been having a fantastic day. We went up 41 hours of YouTube monetization hour progress overnight, which is incredible. We are at 62.8% of level 1, which gets us access to... which gets us access to a merch store directly within YouTube. It gets us access to memberships, which are like subscriptions, and super chats, which are like bits. And we are at 47.1% of level 2, which gets us ad revenue. All right, we're going to turn the bot off and turn it back on. Hi, House Cow, how are ya? Happy Friday. Doesn't want to cooperate now that I reset the bot. There we go. Yep. And the cookbook also has a version of one of our mashed potato recipes if you guys are interested in that. So I'm super excited. We're gonna go and make some yummy food and we'll go from there. I think we're gonna start with the mashed potatoes and green beans, and then we will work on the chicken paprika next, and have that be done last. So let's go ahead and move over to the kitchen and make some food. I need my slippers. I hope you guys have had a great Friday. I am late to starting stream. I went down a baby item research rabbit hole this morning and then looked up at one point and was like, oh my gosh, is that really what time it is? And had to get myself some food and feed the cats and get ready for stream. So I am behind, but you know, what else is new? It's the story of my life these days. 2 more days of house and dog sitting. Okay, you got this. You got this. Hi, Groot, look at you, you're up so high. All right, we're gonna make some chicken paprika and some potatoes and green beans, but we're gonna start with the potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead, wash some potatoes off real quick. All right, we're gonna wash a couple potatoes. Let's see here, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to use the smaller ones out of this bag so we can save the bigger ones for baked potatoes. 3, 4, 5, 6, that ought to work. I think that'll be good. That's probably enough, right? Yeah, that's probably enough. All right, and then green beans, we're not doing anything fancy. We are doing canned green beans because I already have some, so why buy? Whoa, what's the matter, Groody? Why buy fresh ones when I already have canned ones that we can use? They get home Sunday, nice. Okay, we're going to lay down a paper towel. We're gonna rinse the dirt off of these potatoes. And then we're gonna give them a rough chop. I personally love a rustic mashed potato. I like to leave the skins on, but if you are not a fan of that, you could totally peel them. That is not my preference for mashed potatoes most of the time. Unless I am making like a fancy like steak dinner situation or something like that, or something for a special occasion, I don't usually peel them. But you could totally do that if you wanted. Okay, got these. Is it a big dog that you're watching or a little dog? Move my water over there. All right, and we need a cutting board and a knife. I'm gonna get out cutting board. I like to do the vegetables first with prep, because then if I do the vegetables first and I end up excuse me, and I end up doing chicken on the same cutting board, I don't have to worry about cross-contamination. So that process has been working well for me. Oh, medium dog, he's a boxer. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. All right, so we're just gonna give these a rough chop. I'm gonna cut them in half again, and then just cut into rough chunks. And we're going to put them in a pot of water and bring them to a boil. We're gonna cover them by about 1 inch of water. Pieces like that big. So a little bit bigger than bite-sized. And in half. And again, I'm not worried about them all being uniform because they are gonna get mashed, so. Right. Is this dog pretty well behaved that you're watching? We used to dog sit for our neighbors when I was growing up, and their dog bit me once. He was a small dog, but still. Hi, Brock, how's it going? My son got me an ice maker for Mother's Day. Fun, look at you getting the early Mother's Day gifts. Say Mother's Day is what, the 10th? We still got some time. I was just looking at some ideas from my mom this morning. Okay. How's your day been, Brock? All right, rough chop on those. One more, cut in half. And rough chop. Why is my nose so itchy? All right, we need a pot. Going good. How about yourself? Going good. I'm a little late to stream. I went down a rabbit hole researching baby items, but such is life these days. Oh no, I dropped one. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. All right. So we got our potatoes. I'm gonna cover these with about 1 inch of water. Or cover them until they are covered by, like submerged and covered by 1 inch of water. And then we're gonna put the lid on and we're gonna bring these to a boil, and we wanna boil them until they're fork tender. I'm excited, heck yeah. All right. And bring that up to a boil. Nothing wrong with that, right? And I work for myself, so, you know, it happens. Yesterday I ended up taking a longer nap, started streaming a little late. Today I was researching baby items, started streaming a little late. But hey, I started without canceling, so I'll take that. All right, so we're gonna do 2 cans of green beans. I'm gonna pour these into a little pot with some butter, garlic, salt, and pepper. I'm not gonna drain them. I'm gonna cook them in the liquid that they come in the can. a pot for those. Here we go. Hi LHR, how's it going? And okay, let's get out some butter for those. And then we're gonna put some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I actually have like 2 tablespoons of butter left on this stick, so we'll just throw this in there. That should be perfect. How's the weather there? It's been nice. It's sunny today, which is good. It's been warm, which we're happy about. I know many people up north are still getting cold temps, but it's been 80s. All right, salt. How about for you? Has it been cold where you're at? Cracked black pepper. And then we're gonna add in some garlic powder and bring those up to a boil. It's nothing fancy, really, really simple. Okay, let's grab garlic powder from the pantry. Don't be shaken. Hi, stop. Stop. All right, so butter, salt, pepper, garlic powder, stop. And bring those up to a boil on the back burner. I know, Grudy, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm trying to get it to stop. It's 60. Yikes. That's cold, in my opinion. I know a lot of people think that's not cold, but I think that's cold. Bruh. Hi. Can you stop? Maybe. It doesn't want to. 56. Ew, that's even colder. That's even colder. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. All right. Let's prep some of the stuff that we need for our mashed potatoes. Hi, can you chill? Goodness gracious. All right, so for our mashed potatoes, we need some garlic, some butter, some milk, salt, pepper, and sour cream. So, let's get out. It's cold? Yeah, I don't doubt it. It's raining where you are too, Brock? Ew. All right. I am going to melt some butter. And then we're gonna mix in some milk and garlic. Sitting in the sun outside because it's warmer than in the house. I don't doubt that that's true, and I don't blame you by any stretch. I would be too if I were you. Congrats on baby girl. Thank you, Brock. We're so excited. We are so excited. All right, so we're gonna melt down this butter. About a minute in the microwave, then we'll add in some minced garlic and some milk. We are so very excited. My bump is starting to show, which is super cool. Super cool. Definitely got a bump. Okay. We're also gonna get out a clip-on strainer for whenever they're done to drain the liquid. How's that butter doing with melting? Let's add 30 more seconds. It needs a little bit more time. I want it to melt, but I don't want it to pop if it can be avoided. Okay, what's everybody else doing this weekend? Are you guys doing anything fun? Are you being productive? Are you touching grass? Are you relaxing? I know House Cal's continuing to dog sit. If you guys need a place to hang this weekend, tomorrow, oh, dang it, I knew that was gonna happen. Tomorrow I'm streaming and Sunday I'm streaming. I updated the Discord schedule so you guys will have it. Plan is stream today on YouTube, and then tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern I am doing Tower Unite with the community. If you guys can believe it, today marks 6 years of me being a live streamer, which is insane. If you would have asked me back then if I would have still been doing this 6 years later, I would have laughed at you. And if you would have asked me if it would be my full-time job, I would have laughed at you even harder. All right, those are boiling. And then tomorrow I'm gonna stream on Twitch at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna do a game demo called Trees Hate You. And after we finish that, we're gonna play more of the Loftia beta test. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna hop back on Twitch at 9 p.m. and we're gonna do Super Battle Golf with Chaos Tricks. And then Sunday, 1 p.m., Contexto, Coffee, Loftia beta test. Should be fun. All right, we're gonna add some milk. And some minced garlic. I want to go heavy on the garlic in these. Staying in this weekend, sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's good. Yeah, tomorrow we have book club at 10 a.m. Eastern if you're part of book club. We chose the May book. It is The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is free on Kindle Unlimited if you want to grab that. But yeah, stream tonight celebrating 6 years, playing games with the community, and then stream 2 times tomorrow. So a couple hours doing the Trees Hate You and the Loftia playtest. And then Sunday, some coffee, Contexto, and more Loftia. Who knows? I may even add a stream Sunday night. I told you guys to keep an eye on the Discord because the schedule is, of course, subject to change if things pop up or if I decide to add a stream. Who knows? Funky and I may decide to play a game on Sunday night and I may hop back on. We are saving for this baby and we will both have unpaid leave when she gets here. So anytime that we're playing games, we're pretty much like, well, we might as well stream it. Can't believe it's May already. I know, right? What am I doing? These don't go in the fridge. About to put these in the fridge like they go there. All right, we're gonna turn this down a little bit. Give those a stir. All right, so we got salt, pepper, butter, milk, and minced garlic for the potatoes. And I need to pull up okay, and let's pull up the details for the chicken paprika. Kids have 2 months left of school. That's wild. They still have 2 months left. Dang. So we have, for our chicken paprika, we need to cut up some onion. Oh shoot, do I have any onion? I might not have any. We could do it without. I don't know if I have any more onions. I think I used them all. However, I do have, we might be improvising. I'm gonna check the fridge and see if I have like half of an onion in there. But if not, I do have some caramelized onions and mushrooms, I think. I do. We could take these. These caramelized onions and mushrooms from the burgers. Yeah, no, I don't have a whole one. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a version of this chicken paprika dish that I normally make. We're gonna cut up the rest of these mushrooms and we're gonna warm up these mushrooms and onions that I caramelized and mix them together. June 17th is their last day. That's not too far. Not too far. Okay, so this is not necessarily like a traditional chicken paprika. I completely forgot I was gonna need an onion. And I cannot exactly go to the store, so we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. How's Funky doing? He's doing good. He's working today. He has a couple days off next week. It's a little bit less busy. They have a couple different events in town at the resort, so it's been busier the last couple days at least. But he has some days off next week when those events are done. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, there's a piece of bacon in here still from burgers too. All right, let's put this bacon in with the chicken and salad from last night. We're gonna warm these up in the skillet. I have like a tiny little bit of red onion I can cut up. We're just kind of winging this because I completely forgot about needing an onion. I must have forgotten to add those to my grocery list. That's all right. We got a little bit of onion. We got some mushroom. We'll make it work. So we'll saute these in some butter for a few, and then we'll add in the mushrooms and onions that are already cooked. We'll make it work. Okay. So we need the New Wave and a skillet, but first I'm gonna check these potatoes and see how fork tender they are. Also gonna turn the green beans down to medium. Oh, these are actually already really tender. We're getting close. Oh yeah, no, those are good. All right, these boiled quickly. So we're gonna pivot actually and go back to the mashed potatoes. So we're gonna drain the water out of these. And then I'm gonna get a bowl to mix these in. We're gonna get the mixing bowl out. Hi, Adam, how's it going? Hope you're having a good work day. All right, so the potatoes are done. They're very easily able to be pierced with a fork, which is what we want. So if I take potato, put a fork to it, it falls apart, which means that they are plenty tender. So we're gonna put all of these potato pieces into this bowl. Put that like this. And then we're going to add in. Did I not post in Discord? I thought I did. Did I post in the wrong Discord? It didn't send. Of course it didn't. I'll do it. Thank you though, Adam. I already have something written now. I guess it didn't send from the computer. I appreciate you for letting me know. Thought I sent it through. No, yeah, I swear I hit send. I guess it just didn't go through. I don't know. I don't know. I posted now. All right, we got milk, butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. Yeah, I swear I hit send. I don't know. Because I know my tweet went through. Or now I better check. Did the internet just decide, nope. Yeah, my tweet went through and I put the Discord message out at the same time. That's so weird. Oh well. Well, we're here. All right. Dang it, computer. Right? So silly. How's it going? They can see me. All right, we got potatoes, milk, butter, garlic, salt, pepper. I'm gonna mix those, and then we're gonna add in a little sour cream if we need it. We'll see how they do. Hi, Andrew. How's it going? KitchenAid mixer is a pro tip for shredding meat like chicken, pork, beef, and also once your potatoes are boiled, mixing mashed potatoes. Hi Boris, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. Doing good, Andrew? I'm so glad to hear that. See, this mixed these up so well already. All right. We are going to add, actually, I think I'm gonna save all the sour cream for the, is it still good? Yeah. I'm gonna save all the sour cream for the chicken paprika. I'm gonna add a spoonful of cream cheese to these instead. Maybe the computer wanted to keep you on your toes, right? I guess so. Something like that. All right, then we're gonna add some more salt and pepper. And we're gonna mix these again. No, I've been live for like half an hour. I don't know why it didn't go through. Doing good hanging out? Heck yeah. But we're here, so, oh well. All right, salt and pepper. Got you with another like, thank you. Yeah, if you guys haven't already liked the video, please like the video. It helps distribute the VOD after the stream is over. Find things for the baby? I did. Yeah, I was doing some research on a couple different items. baby monitors, pack and play, bassinet, that kind of stuff. Oh, these look so good. So smooth. Now we just need to do a taste test. Those are perfect. All right. So now we just need something to store these in. Actually, now that I think about it, they do need more salt. That should do it. All right, perfect. Okay, let's find something to store these in. I think this should work. What do we think? Oh yeah, this will be perfect. All right, I'm gonna take this casserole dish and spray it with some nonstick spray. Wait a minute, do I wanna store the, no, the green beans can go in something different, right? Or do I wanna put the green beans in there? No, I have a big dish for the green beans, we're fine, okay. Spray this down and scoop our mashed potatoes in here to store for later. Do you guys like mashed potatoes made with the potatoes that have skin or without the skin? What's your preference? I like both, but my preference is actually with the skins on. Kyle making me want mashed potatoes, right? Mashed potatoes are so cozy. Don't know if I have a preference. You'll have to try both then. I'm getting hungry. What should I make? What options do you have? Maybe we can help you decide on something. All right. We're gonna wrap the cord around the back of the mixer, put the mixer away. Okay. And I need a picture of our mashed potatoes. Done. And let's check on those green beans. I'm gonna set these over here to cool. Those are actually almost done as well. Perfect. All right, put these away. All right, and then let's get out a container to store the green beans in for when they are done. Pizza tenders, make like spaghetti. Think I want to make mashed potatoes? Ooh, do it. Do it, why not? Okay. And then the green beans are good, so we're gonna drain these. I'm just doing canned green beans today. Nothing too crazy. Could buy fresh, but we already had 2 cans of green beans, so I was like, you know what? Let's use what we have. Saving for the baby, trying to make sure we don't spend unnecessary money on food. No need to buy more green beans when we have these. So, we're gonna put a little bit more black pepper on those, and then we're gonna let them cool. Perfect. And again, nothing fancy, but easy, delicious. All right, let those cool. So now we need to work on our chicken paprika and sauce. We're doing a version of a recipe that Rustigo Mike's mom gave me. That's her recipe. I don't have a couple of the things, so we're kind of adjusting a little bit, but we're gonna make it work. All right. For that, we need the New Wave. And I do want to make a note in case anybody is watching these streams back from the VODs. These recipes don't take quite as long to make as I make them take. The chatting and everything and doing dishes and stuff like that always adds time. So if you feel like the recipe and the length of the VOD make it intimidating, don't stress too much about it because they don't take as long if you are actually like focused on the cooking. So there's that. All right, we're going to melt some butter. Then we're gonna saute mushrooms and onions. Just because I don't have a lot of onions, I'm adding in these mushrooms that I need to use up. And then we're gonna use up some caramelized mushrooms and onions that I put on our burgers the other night that I still have some leftovers of. So that's one of the adaptations. Normally we wanna chop up an onion for this, but since I don't have a ton of onion, we're gonna do some mushroom and onion that I have left in the fridge and then some caramelized mushrooms and onions that I already have mixed in with that. Okay, and then we're gonna need to get flour, salt, pepper, chicken in a bag. Okay. Then we're gonna need a dish. Put the mushrooms and onions on a plate when they're done. And I actually need to wash the slotted spoon that we used for the potatoes because I'm gonna need it again for the veggies. And remember guys, this is a new month. If you're interested in getting on the wall, any on the purple side, sub, resub, gifted sub, prime sub, 500 bits. And then everywhere, $5 tips, $5 tips to the mod team, and $5 contributed to an item on the wish list or merchandise will get you on the wall. This month we're doing flowers. Can I have some of your taters? No. How's leftovers looking? We still have one whole calzone and we still have half a pan of pasta. I'm gonna have pasta for lunch today though. We're gonna do a leftover clean out the fridge night tomorrow. So I'm gonna have pasta for lunch today. Funky will probably have a piece of calzone when he gets home. We'll have this for dinner. And then tomorrow night will be and we still have some salad too. So tomorrow night will be like a clean out any remaining leftovers and then we'll cook again on Sunday. Yeah, we still have half a salad, a whole calzone, and half a big dish of pasta. Well, I had what I call lunch just because if I call it breakfast, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, you wait till 2 p.m. for breakfast? It was technically breakfast for me, but everybody panics when it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't eat breakfast till 2 p.m. So it was lunchtime, but it's more like breakfast. It was my first meal of the day. Had some cherry yogurt and some kiwi. All right, melting down this butter. I need some water. Are you doing anything fun this weekend they can see me? Anybody doing any cooking or baking this weekend? Okay. Butter's almost fully melted. There we go. Okay, let's get these in there. These are the fresh ones. And then when these are cooked a little more, we'll add in the remaining leftover veggies. And I'm gonna rinse off the cutting board so we can cook the chicken on it too. Cooking burgers tonight, yum. Probably just watching Kyle, maybe you heard them. Oh, maybe. Maybe. All right, let's add these in there too. Sounds cool. All right, saute all these down together. And then we need a plate to put them on when they're done. Hi Nadine, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. All right, we need a picture of the green beans. Perfect. We got pictures of the mashed potatoes and green beans. You're cool. You're cool. All right, cook these down for a few more minutes until the onions are a little more translucent and the mushrooms are more softened. And then we're gonna need to get out some flour and salt and pepper to mix with our chicken. What are you up to today, Nadine? Okay. Got the recipe pulled up. And we need to add flour, salt, pepper to the bag. What's the chicken dish? Never heard of it? It's a Hungarian dish called chicken paprika or chicken paprikash. It's a paprika sauce, a creamy paprika sauce that goes on the chicken. I'm adapting a recipe from Rest Eagle Mike's mom that he sent me a couple years ago. I forgot to buy an onion, so we're using up a little bit of onion that I had in the fridge, adding in some mushrooms that need to get used, and we're adding some caramelized mushrooms and onions that are left over from burgers a couple nights ago, just to use those up too. Little gardening, nice. What do you have in your garden right now? Is it mostly flowers and plants? Is it mostly food items? A combination of the above? All right, I need a bag because we're gonna put the chicken in a Ziploc bag with the flour ingredients to shake it up. Salt, pepper, and then reserve 2 tablespoons of the flour mixture. Okay. So adding some flour to the bag. And then I don't feel like grinding that much pepper, so we're gonna add some already ground black pepper. Hi Groot, get out of the pantry. Groot, out of the pantry. Groot, come here, out of the pantry. There's nothing for you in there, buddy. There's nothing for you in there. What are you doing? All right, we need some black pepper. Good boy, thank you for listening. Caring for the stuff that's come up like rhubarb, mint, lemon, and parsley. Fun! Okay, We need some salt. I had to rinse out this measuring spoon that had the pepper in it. And dry it off. Is it going to be nice weather near you, Nadine, or is it still really cold? All right, salt. Get this all mixed up. And we're going to reserve 2 tablespoons of the flour mixture separately. All right, now we can put the flour back in the pantry. And this can go in the sink. Okay, we're going to take these veggies out. We're going to leave the butter in the pan though. So I'm using a slotted spoon to remove them. And we'll just put these on a plate and set them to the side until we're ready to add them back in. Cool, wet, and damp feeling. Ugh, sounds like gross weather for gardening. Icky, icky. It's nice and sunny and warm here. Love your t-shirt. Thank you. It was very inexpensive at Marshall's or Ross, one of the two. I can't remember. One of the two. All right, removing the onions and mushrooms. Perfect. We're going to set these off to the side. And then we have our mixture that has flour, salt, and pepper that we're going to toss our chicken in. So I'm going to move this off to the side for the moment. Set the flour over here. And then we're going to cut our chicken. Okay. Need my knife, which I'm going to rinse off because we got some mushrooms on it still. Okay, and these are some really big pieces of chicken. So we're definitely going to cut these with a butterfly cut to make them easier to cook through. I actually think I'm going to cut them into pieces instead. Normally she does this recipe with big cutlets. I think I'm just going to do bite-sized pieces. That'll be easier for what we're doing for serving. All right, cutting off some of this fat piece here. Just kind of trimming our chicken. Yeah, the chickens are wild these days. They have giant pieces. And they sit here and tell us it's not genetically modified. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it looks like they are. This one's still a little frozen on the bottom. I'm having the worst luck with getting chicken to thaw these days because they're so massively thick that it's like impossible to get them to thaw. Like this whole part is still frozen. All right. Cutting these into bite-sized pieces. And And this piece is the same way. The whole bottom part is frozen. That's frustrating. All right, we'll set these to the side. Okay. Cut that fat part off. We have this piece to cut. Okay. Cut these pieces. Almost done cutting these up. This is a lot of chicken. This is a big pack. My mom, hold on one second. YouTube does this really annoying thing where the heart in the bottom right-hand corner makes it impossible for me to read half of y'all's messages. My mom used the whole chicken when she made paprikash. Yeah, I'm doing a version of this because this chicken is really frozen still. Like this whole chunk that I cut off is frozen. This whole chunk that I cut off is frozen. And normally when I make it, I do cutlets, but for the sake of them not being like destroyed from cutting the frozen part off, I'm doing pieces instead. Did she do like a whole chicken with the legs and everything? Legs, thighs, all of it? All right, we're gonna store the chicken that is still frozen in a bag. We're kind of improvising here a little bit. Enough for more than one meal. Exactly. Exactly. All right, put this bag over here. I gotta wash my hands again. Yeah, the whole chicken, that's awesome. I'm back, went for a walk to my house, had to stop mid-walk to get a tick off of him. They're so horrible already. Uh-oh, you guys better get collars. Flea and tick prevention. When I was in college, our family dog got out and ran away. And she got scared by another big dog in the neighborhood and got chased into the woods. And when my dad finally found her the next morning, it appeared that she had slid down an embankment and then couldn't climb back up. And she ended up with Lyme's disease after that from a tick bite, which was no fun. Okay, we're gonna put all the chicken in the flour here. But she managed, and she lived a long time after that. We were so glad we found her. We thought that for sure we'd never find her. She was gone for like, gosh, I don't know, 16 hours? Felt like forever. My mom was devastated. Okay, we're gonna close this up. Shake this up to get all the chicken coated. All right, perfect. I'm gonna set this to the side for a moment. I'm gonna move this for a moment. And I'm going to move this for a moment, and we're gonna sanitize the counter. In and out. I'll leave you playing. I appreciate you so much. I hope your gardening goes well. Stay warm and dry as best as possible. But yeah, we'll definitely have some leftovers of this, which is awesome. We still have a whole leftover calzone and half a pan of the Southwest pasta and half a salad. So I've got stuff for lunch. Funky's got stuff for lunch. We'll have this for dinner. We got stuff for dinner tomorrow. Lunch tomorrow. We got options, which is awesome. Okay. Plugging the New Wave back in. And the butter is still in the pan. We're gonna heat that back up. And we're gonna cook our chicken. And let's pull this recipe back up. Okay, separate bowl, make a paste of flour, salt, paprika, and water. Okay, we're gonna use a measuring cup to make this paste here. We need a 1/4 cup of water. Okay. Paprika, salt, and flour. Okay. So this is the flour mixture from the bag that we reserved. We're adding this in to the water. Are you glad you got through April food picks? I am. I didn't think we were going to be able to get through it all in one night. Especially because I started 45 minutes late and we got derailed last night by people spoiling the heck out of baby girl with gifts from the wish list. And that got us started even later, which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm incredibly grateful. But I didn't think we were going to get through it. By the time we started, it was almost 10 o'clock. So we got through it in like 2.5 hours. I'm going to add some garlic powder to this. Like I said, I'm kind of like winging it and making this my own recipe. And then some salt. All right, butter's warmed up. We're gonna put about half the chicken in. Just, can we cook all of it? We can cook all of it. Yeah. All right, we got the chicken in there. And I need a spoon to spread this out. Perfect. But yeah, that leaves room to play some cozy games this weekend. Okay, brown the chicken in the butter and then add water and some onions. Okay, so water and the onions to the pan. Then cook for 5 to 10 minutes until the chicken is cooked. Remove it. Separate bowl, make a paste. Flour, salt, paprika, water. Cook and then add milk. All right. Getting 1 cup of water. Okay. Buffalo Sabres have a chance at eliminating the Bruins. I hope so. I hope so. I don't want to see the Bruins move forward. Sorry, Bruins fans. Not sorry. All right, so we're going to brown this chicken up. I need to go ahead and mix our paste together of, we'll use this fork that's already dirty from the potatoes. This is water, the flour mixture, paprika, garlic powder, and salt. 2 tablespoons of the reserved flour mixture. Well, not just Jeff. Sprinkles is a Bruins fan. You don't have to live where the Bruins are to be a Bruins fan. Hence me. I'm a Pittsburgh fan. I don't live in Pittsburgh. That measuring spoon put in the sink. And get these ready to add in. All right, so once the chicken gets golden brown and kind of starting to cook, we add in some water, the veggies, and we're gonna put a lid on it and cook for a few minutes until the chicken's done. And then we'll take the chicken out, put it on the plate where the veggies were, put the paste in and cook, add some milk, add the chicken and veggies back in, and then add some sour cream. Do we have any Bruins fans hanging out in the chat? I don't think we do right now. What are you doing up there, Grudy? You're so tall. Hi, Mike. We're making a version of your mom's recipe today. I didn't have a whole onion, but I had some leftover caramelized mushrooms and onions, and I had like a quarter of an onion. We're pivoting a little bit. Jeff Sprinkles, Rusty Lady. Funky's not a Bruins fan. He's not a Bruins fan. We both said if the Penguins lost, we were going to cheer for the Lightning. That was our next choice. When are you and Funky going to run to Walmart? Thursday next week. We have, or actually no, probably Monday. We have a baby appointment Monday afternoon. We'll probably go then. We'll probably go after the baby appointment. Hi, Groot. Lightning have a chance to go home too. I know, I know. All right, nice and browned up. We did this as bite-sized pieces instead of cutlets. Had nachos at Six Flags? Oh my gosh. We were just looking at food pictures in Discord last night. Your pulled pork sandwich and Philly cheesesteak looked so good. Honestly, really good portion sizes and really good looking food quality for a theme park. All right, we add in the water and our veggies. I haven't made this in so long, Mike. We're so excited to have it tonight. All right, and then we're gonna let this cook for a bit, and we need to measure out some milk. Hi, Grudy. Okay. Oh, Mike's here. Gotta go. Meat vanishes. Whoa. The nachos were not good portion size, unlike the rest. That stinks. He says, oh, fuck, I can't do that here. Nope, you cannot. You cannot vanish here. Nice try. Hi, Aspinator. It's Fry Fish Friday big when they were in Pittsburgh. Fish Friday is big during Lent, but that's about it. The reason it's big anywhere is because during Lent, Catholics don't typically consume meat on Fridays. Adorable shirt. Thank you. I won't be getting nachos very often. I don't blame you. Especially if it's not as good of a portion size as the Philly cheesesteak and everything. I wouldn't either. All right, letting the chicken cook until it's cooked through. They don't get out of here. Got you on while I play Sims. I appreciate it, House Cow. Thank you, thank you. Duh, my sister sent a video of the baby. Oh, his eyelashes, I cannot. Sorry, texting my sister back real quick. If you get a chance to look at the Cracker Barrel, there are some really cute things on there. Some really cute things. Very like girly, preppy options. I had never heard of that before. I was so surprised when everyone was like, oh yeah, Cracker Barrel, Cracker Barrel. Nephew is so good. He went to the doctor today. He gained 3 pounds in a month, so he gets to do longer stretches in between feedings now. We're so proud of him getting chunky. I'm excited to get to see a friend haven't seen for like 6 months tonight and his kids. Very cool. Heck yeah. Guys, if you haven't already, please be sure to hit the like button on this video. It helps distribute the VOD after the stream is over. Time that you watch while I'm live and time on the VOD both count towards YouTube monetization. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream, but I'm posting updates in our community Discord server every day. And we went up 41 hours overnight. We are at 62.8% of level 1, which gets us access to a on YouTube merch store from our fourth wall merch items, so people do not have to leave YouTube to purchase merch, which is amazing. It also gets us memberships, which are like subscriptions, and super chats, which are like bits on the purple side. And we are at 47.1% of level 2, which will get us ad revenue. Baby girl is expected to be here in 165 days, and we're trying to be monetized before she gets here. I'm starving. I'm actually having beer battered fish from the freezer for dinner. See, I'm okay with no meat on Friday if it isn't Lent. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the being told what to do, right? It's the being told what to do. But yeah, nephew's doing great. It's past Lent now. It is past Lent now. True. Lent ends on Easter. All right, cooking the chicken until it's cooked through, and then we're gonna remove it from the pan, and we're gonna add in the paste, and then the milk, and then some sour cream. Chicken's getting closer, so we'll go ahead and take the sour cream out. Boop. And all the things that you guys bought last night are in progress of getting to us. Looks like Aspie's gift, Adam's gift, and 2 of Sea Kitten's gifts will be here tomorrow. And then 2 more of Sea Kitten's gifts and 1 of NMD's will be here on Monday. 1 of Silver's shipped and 1 is processing still. I'm still waiting on those who contributed to the bottle organizer. That one is still processing from the seller on Amazon. But once it gets here, I'll definitely show you guys. And if you missed last night's purple side stream, we did a haul of all the clothes we got for baby girl at Marshall's. We spent $120 and we got a ton of clothes, 2 pairs of sunglasses, a hat. We got socks. Some of the outfits came with bows. 1 outfit came with shoes. We also got her 24 washcloths, 3 bath towels, and a set of bath toys that came as like a set. What kind of a side dish are you having with your beer battered fish, Mike? Okay. I don't remember exactly how much he weighs, but he gained 3 pounds. Process of cooking the chicken once we add the veggies and the water in takes about 5 to 10 minutes until it's fully done. These green beans are cooled enough that I can put the lid on and put them in the fridge. Picture will be in the thumbnail. And then potatoes are actually cooled enough that I can wrap them and put them in the fridge too. I wonder if I can get lids for my existing Pyrex dishes that don't have lids. I should do some research on Amazon. I would love lids for all of these dishes instead of having to use foil to save money. Okay, and put the green beans and mashed potatoes away. Perfect. I probably can. I've never looked into it. That thought just crossed my mind for the first time, and I'm like, ooh, I should look into that. All right, chicken is cooked through. We're gonna remove it and the veggies. Turn the heat off while we do that. And then we're gonna put the paste that we made with the reserve flour, the paprika, the salt in there. Cook it down for a minute or two, add in our milk. All right, getting all this chicken out. And since I've made some adjustments to this recipe and included things that are not normally in there, I can give you my adaptation of it. Friend is making steak tonight, yum. Yeah, what's everybody having for dinner? Mike's having beer battered fish. Looks like Aspie's having steak. House Cow is probably cozy playing Sims, watching Kyle. I hope so. That's the vibe. We try to be a cozy place to hang out. To have in the background. Okay. Next up. Okay, make the paste, stir that into the skillet, cook for a minute, add milk. I lost the recipe. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Stir that in. Cool. Brown rice, not sure on veggie yet. Heck yeah, sounds nice and healthy. Making mashed taters at some point? Heck yes. That'll be delicious. All right, I need a rubber spatula from the dish rack to get the rest of this out. All right, we're gonna cook this paste that we made. Been a while since I made Paprikash. Should do that soon. Heck yeah. It's super cozy. I haven't made this in a really long time either. I know I've not made it in this house. We made it once over rice, once over egg noodles, and then once over pierogies at the apartment. One good thing about Mona Lisa, she'll be exposed to all the good foods before she can even eat them. True. True. I think she's going to be a foodie very quickly. Oh, this smells so good. All right, we're gonna add in our milk. Why don't we all know or have heard stories about what we liked in the womb? I don't know. Maybe you either didn't have your mom craving specific things. Maybe you never asked. Maybe your mom was sick the whole time and could barely eat. Some people are sick past the first trimester and nauseous and have food aversions and can't eat pretty much the whole time. The only reason you guys know is because everybody keeps asking me. People keep assuming I'm gonna have really weird food cravings or like really out there things. That's what I get a lot, is people being like, what have you been craving? All right, mixing this in. I'm actually gonna get out a whisk. Put it in here, it is. This will be easier. Yeah, Funky got me more bananas. They're over by the cookbook. These are the ones that are going to become syrup or something. I think syrup for coffee. I actually was thinking about making banana milk. I saw this girl on my For You page make a version of it where like you blend bananas into milk with maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla. And then I could just froth that instead of making syrup, and it would be less added sugar. Are you rooting for 76ers or Celtics? I don't follow basketball. Who are you rooting for? I'll pick them. Right, we're just kind of whisking this in, cooking till it thickens a little. Yeah, I never really got into watching basketball. Pittsburgh doesn't have a team. So I guess the closest team would either be Philly, Cleveland. We're about the same distance, honestly. I don't like either rooting for the Knicks. I'll root for them. Sure. I don't have a favorite, so. Magic and Orlando have a chance to send the Pistons home. Fair enough. I will say I have no loyalty to Florida teams in particular. I don't mind the Tampa Bay Lightning, but okay. Okay, we're gonna lower the heat here. Keep thickening this up, and then we will add in our sour cream and then put the chicken back in. Everybody hates the Pistons who isn't originally a Pistons fan. That's fair. Hi, Mac. How's it going? Did you like the Panthers? No, not really. If I'm going to root for a hockey team that isn't the Pens, I like the Golden Knights, I like the Lightning. Not the Flyers, not the Capitals. I like the Pistons since they beat the Lakers for a championship in 2003. Okay. You've liked them for a long time then. How was work today, Mac? Hope it went well. A few more minutes on that, and then we're gonna add in the sour cream. Ah, it dropped the lid. Twas a shit show. Well, that's not good. Well, that's not good. All right, this is thickened up a good bit. We're gonna start slowly mixing this in. Okay. Make sure this is whisked in evenly. Why do we use the term shit show for work? It just means that it didn't go well. Like there was a lot of stuff going wrong, and you can use it for anything. It's not just a term for work. Not at all. When I do my work and my coworkers walk around doing nothing, yeah. Gotta love when people get rewarded for doing nothing. We had this girl that worked at a job that I was at for a while. And she would legit like close the blinds in her office, close the door, turn the light off, and go to sleep. And she would like, she legit recorded the sound of her typing and would leave it on and put a do not disturb sign on her door and leave early and say that she stayed until 5. It drove me absolutely nuts. She was combative. It was a mess. All right, adding the chicken back in. Sounds like the construction workers, see one guy working, 5 standing around. Yep, and they're all getting paid by our tax dollars usually. I feel like this is looking a little light and needs some more paprika. Yum. All right, we're done with the lid. Perfect. This is actually really easy for a whole meal. Not too bad. Oh, we still have a couple pieces of bread and some bread dipping oil too. So we got bread, we got salad, we got pasta, we got a whole calzone, and we got chicken paprikash with mashed potatoes and green beans. Hi, Kathy. Can't hang, but instead gonna work. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get a picture. Can black beans be considered a veggie? I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Ooh, you could do like almost like a Tex-Mex situation with your battered fish and your rice and beans. Mm-hmm. This is delicious. What is with this green tea I bought? It's just the bag with no string. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. All right. So we made all of our dishes. We made chicken paprika, we made mashed potatoes, and we made the green beans. How long did that take us? An hour and a half, not even. Look at us go, guys. That was productive. That was productive, huh, baby girl? It's annoying. You're going to have a spoon to fish the bag out. Guess I'll just leave it in and let it grow stronger as I drink. That could work, I suppose. That could work. I guess fish it out with a fork. Yeah, that could work as well. That could work as well. All right, so I made a couple of adjustments to this recipe that originally came from Rest Ego Mike's mom. And we successfully made all of our dishes. We did it. So we've been doing YouTube streams a couple times a week, trying to build watch time here. There will be more YouTube streams next week. I've been doing 2 to 3 a week or so. I am thinking that I will do a YouTube stream on Wednesday and Friday next week for sure. And then we'll see about another day. I know I can do Wednesday and Friday. I gotta stop at my local Winners. Just remember they sell smoked paprika for $5 a jar. Oh, nice. Not dirtying a utensil each time I make tea. I don't blame you. It looks tasty. I'm excited. That's gonna be really good. I am excited. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging. I will put all the details for the mashed potatoes and green beans in the description. I can kind of write out the adjustments I did since I essentially made a whole different recipe by adding mushrooms and adding some garlic and a little bit of different things. Oh, hi, Rocket. You come to say hi? Say hi. Good boy. You're so soft. You're so soft. It is a fresh month, guys. So remember, any on the purple side, sub, resub, prime sub, gifted sub, 500 bits, and anywhere, $5 tips, $5 contributed to the mods, to merch, or to wish list items will get you on the wall. This month we are doing flowers. A YouTube D4 stream. What, Diablo 4? Is that what that stands for? Diablo 4? But we're building hours on YouTube every single day. If you want to help us, every video on the Path to Monetization playlist counts, and every live stream counts. So if you show up for the live and or watch any of the videos, including the VODs on the Path to Monetization playlist, that helps us. We are at 62.8% of level 1 and 47.1% of level 2. We're up 41 hours overnight. So we are building and getting there, which is fantastic. Yesterday we went up 29 hours. Today we went up 44, and the day before that we went up 111, which is fantastic. So we're building hours a lot. YouTube tracking is 5 days behind real time. So all the watch time from these streams this week will be added next week. But I appreciate you guys so much for hanging. I'll get pictures into the thumbnail, and I'll get the details into the video description. And I will see you guys on the purple side this evening. I updated the Discord with the changes to the schedule. So tonight is Tower Unite at 8 p.m. Eastern, celebrating 6 years of streaming, which is crazy. Today is 6 years. Tomorrow, going to do the Trees Hate You demo and the Loftia beta continuation at 1 p.m. on Twitch, and then we're going to be hopping back on at 9 to play some Super Battle Golf. And then Sunday, going to do some Contexto and more Loftia. The playtest for Loftia ends on Wednesday, so I want to get some more time in there. May potentially add one Sunday night too, because Funky and I don't have to be up as early on Monday, but I'll keep you guys posted about that. There's going to be lots of streams right now because we're saving for the baby, and we will both be unpaid when she gets here. So we're just trying to make sure that we maximize all of our time before maternity and paternity leave. So thank you guys so much for hanging. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already liked this video, please like the video because that helps too. Likes and comments are free, and so are subscriptions. And there's no ads until we get monetized, so you get to watch all this content with no ads. Amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll